Ah, yes. This is the book I'm looking for. Plane shifting and dimensional transportation magics. This may help glean a reason as to why you were sent here. Oh, and yes, I'm glad to see that your astral sickness has worn off. An unpleasant affliction, I'm sure. But now, back to the matter at hand. It seems that the events leading to your arrival here in Grestenfell are quite unusual. Witnesses say that it appears that you fell from what seemed to be a one-sided tear in space. A very strange type of magic, I would say. I've never heard of such a description made in any of our world's arcana. Perhaps after more research, we should take this up with an arcanist to get a better opinion on discerning the magic's true nature. If I had to guess from the top of my head, I would say maybe a mutation of conjuration and transmutation magics. The mixture of those two schools is quite fickle. But that is just a mere speculation from a Lizardfolk librarian. Anyhow, I have here a book that deals with rifts and portals dealing with plane shifting. I'll show you some imagery in this tome, and if you recognize anything, you can just point it out to me. But first, do you remember anything prior to your arrival here? You were just in the woods behind your family home before you tripped and fell into what felt like a pond, but with no water. True, upon your arrival, you did not appear to be drenched. Let me see. Here. Perhaps you fell through something akin to an unfinished rift. To elaborate, a half-baked portal. That feeling of being submerged, but still being dry could be a sign that you fell through some unfinished weave and spellcraft. Either that or something more rare. Well, I'm not sure if this is even real or not, but it has a obscure and mysterious nature. We've had some missing persons cases recently, and when our mages investigated, they found some traces of what seemed to be a tear in reality itself. But once the reports were made and investigators were sent to evaluate it, it appeared to have stitched itself back up, essentially closing off the entry point. No proof was ever gathered about it, other than the witness testimony of 3 mages. And because of that, it seemed to fall into myth and legend. But I'm still skeptical. Especially now that I have your arrival to use as a starting point on some more research. Perhaps you may be the key to discovering a new school of magic entirely. That would, in itself, be pretty impressive, if your overall impressiveness didn't overshadow most things. Anyhow, come, sit. We have much research to do together. And yes, I did bring refreshments and comfort items. This isn't my first study session. I've spent many days at a time researching in this library. I have certain spots where I've stashed supplies just in case I need to pull another all-nighter, reading and discovering new things. I remember this one time where I stayed up until midnight one night where a blood moon's light started to shine through the skylight windows above us. The entire library was shrouded in a red glow. It was truly a sight to behold. Perhaps, if we stay up tonight, we may be able to see a long-awaited eclipse together. It was rumored to happen once every 300 years. All three of Grestenfeld's sister moons above, Dimora Prime, Dimora Minor, and Inachus, will align and cause a certain lunar event in the sky. Some say that it's the goddess Sanine Moonbow showing her majesty over the other gods. But I just prefer to see it as its own glory. Goddess or not, I heard it's a once in 3 lifetimes beauty that most people will never see. Perhaps, if we are still awake, at that time that is, you may be able to take a beautiful memory away from this world of ours. Now, while we await, I shall show you all of the books that I have picked out. Perhaps we may actually learn something of your peculiar arrival. Let's read. Yes. When I was little, I was still a nerd too. Even I had these weird glasses I had to wear to help my eyes see better and be able to learn common and many other languages. I even tried to become one of those monks that live here. But I'm not really the spiritual fighter type. And I don't look good in those tight green robes. You know, we are kind of off topic already, so... But I just want you to know that I've been having a wonderful time here, just talking to you. Reminds me to stop overworking myself sometimes and just relax a little. As I say, casually wrapped up in a blanket under the moons with a stranger from another world. Yeah. A weird world indeed. But not an unwelcome turn of events, if I dare say. Look. Look up. It's the eclipse. Wow. Both of the sister moons cancel out each other's light, except for Inachus, leaving the night sky shining a lavender bluish color. And all the stars are most visible tonight as well. Isn't it wonderful? So beautiful and majestic. So... Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot how close I was. My apologies. Huh? It's fine? If it's all right with you, then I guess I'll just stay. You know, I can just watch this all night. And in fact, I plan to. I hope you're a night owl. Well, either way, I'm just glad I could share this 1 in 300 years moment with someone who finally just understands me. Here, raise a glass to us.